It'll pop up. We're not even technically live yet.
Right.
Even though this is 41. Now we're live.
Am I? Oh.
Hit that. Not that it really matters. I guess I
No.
don't have to sync it up anymore.
I was going to say.
Alrighty then. Hey everyone, how is it going? We are live yet again for the Nintendo Prime podcast. We're also going to be live for this podcast next week and the week after. For those who are tuned in, which apparently is absolutely no one. Because nobody knows and nobody cares.
We got one.
Nobody knows, nobody cares. I'm just wearing underwear.
Huh.
Okay. All right.
On that note,
let's get this shindig on. Shindig actually going. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Nintendo Prime podcast, episode 74.
Yeah, buddy.
This is Eric Moore.
Hello.
To my left.
Hello.
Probably your guys' right.
Yes.
And I am Nathaniel Rufflejans. You can follow me on Twitter at NintyPrime. And where can they follow you?
At Emo8790.
Nice. So, for those who aren't in the know, because you're listening to this later, we are recording this podcast live. We're going to be responding to the chat a little bit and doing some other crazy things. There will be a Q&A session at the end that won't be in the final audio version, but will stay and remain in the video version because what we are live streaming is the video version. There is no other special effects or anything else coming in. Not only is this giving Martin a little bit of a break from editing, it's also allowing us time to get proper equipment because we're having issues with the camera we are streaming with, and while it's working fine now, it never works fine when we're doing a non-stream stream, if that makes any sense. So waiting on a new capture card, and on top of that, we are going to be having a second podcast. I don't know if you guys remember, we had this podcast called the Primecast that we were doing on Friday nights. We did like 3 or 4 episodes of it, kind of a test run, pilot run, and then I had E3 and then my surgery, so I always knew it was going to go on hiatus for a little while. This live stream podcast you're seeing now is not only the regular Nintendo Prime podcast, it's also kind of sort of the pseudo replacement for that until I relaunch that podcast. And I'm looking to relaunch that podcast on August 3rd. Might not get to it till the week after. So until then, this podcast is going to be live for the public. And if you love this podcast live, you're loving it, you're enjoying it, that's awesome. I hope you guys tune in for the Primecast, which will be our regular live news podcast. Because yes, believe it or not, the Nintendo Prime podcast isn't always just about the news. But we will have a Friday night news podcast. So I guess my hope is we build a live audience here that enjoys these live podcasts, and then you actually come for our real live podcast as this one returns back to its regular scheduled format with all the Patreon perks and all that stuff. And unfortunately, it's our patrons that get hurt the most,
right?
Because usually you got to pay $10 or more per month to get this kind of live feed access on Thursdays, and we're not usually like we're usually on a green screen and all that stuff. But not right now. Plus, I need to really clean my office if I'm being completely honest. It's a little bit of a crap show.
Our podcast table is a little
right
now.
I know. I got to scrub some egg off it. I don't know if you guys remember the live stream where Yulia smashed an egg on my head.
That's what that is.
So there's still some egg to clean up. And,
got it.
Anyways, but that's besides the point. It's not really why we're doing this. We're doing this because we're kind of replacing another podcast while continuing this one and then bringing that podcast back later, hoping to carry over the live crowd to that one. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, oh well. No matter what Nintendo Prime podcast is going, it's going to keep going through the support of our Patreon backers. So if you enjoy these live podcasts last week, this week, and next week, for sure for August, you're going to want to become a $10 Patreon backer so you can continue to watch our podcast live. That being said, we will be doing a Q&A at the end of this. It will not be in the audio version, but it is going to be in this video version that you guys are enjoying right now. So let's just hop into it. We got 4 topics that kind of branch off and talk about lots of different things. So let's just get things going.
Yeah,
man, shall we?
That's what we're here for.
So, by the way, I want to let the live audience know because I see some questions and some comments. Bring your questions to the Q&A section. All right, that's where I can answer things like what Mark is talking about with his idea there, or Quantum's question earlier. well, not really a question, more of a statement.
Yes.
That's stuff we can deal with in the Q&A section at the end. Again, our podcast will probably be about an hour in length, and then we'll transition to the Q&A.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, you know what's funny about this?
What?
It's 9 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Time.
Holy cow, wait.
We actually started a couple minutes early.
Cow. Whoa, whoa. Wait a minute.
We're supposed to start recording at 9 p.m. on Thursdays.
I think a lot of it has to do with we're always running into audio issues.
That we don't have to worry about.
We don't have to worry about audio issues.
Pure live. Well, why are we having less audio issues now than when we do like a scheduled stream just for patrons?
No, I really. Apparently, everything your system just hates patrons. And I'm sorry.
It only like live podcasts.
I'm sorry. I feel bad for your patrons because they just keep getting the short end of the stick on this.
Short end of the stick. All right. So our first topic for this week is actually about the only news video I made today, and that is Spyro Reignited coming to Switch.
Woo.
So here's what we know. Earlier today, there was on the official Spyro website.
Spyro UK, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, whatever. Yeah. But it wasn't just the UK. You can go to any country.
Okay.
For the UK, France, and Germany, if you went to those countries on the official website, it would have a selector for the systems. Mm-hmm. So this is for pre-orders. So you go to the website, you pre-order, and you're picking what country you're pre-ordering in. When you go to pre-order, when you go to pre-order for the UK, France, or Germany, it would list PC and Nintendo Switch as options, which Spyro Reignited is not announced for PC or Nintendo Switch. And it was only on the UK, France, and Germany site as far as I'm aware.
Right.
I didn't check every single one. I do know I did check the US. No, it did not say it on the US one. So I put up a video saying that, yeah, it's coming to Switch. Obviously, it's not technically official confirmation it's coming to Switch because it's not announced for Switch.
Right.
It could just be one rogue person in Nintendo of Europe just doing weird, mean things. But why?
But
it seems more to me.
But that's not a Nintendo person.
No. Well, Spyro's not a Nintendo game.
Right. So that wouldn't be a Nintendo person going.
No. Well, yeah, sorry, Nintendo of Europe. I meant someone from Activision in Europe, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like I look at it as that it's no longer listed, by the way. They removed it. The error was caught after everyone already reported on it, of course. That's how it goes.
Right.
My thing is I don't really think that it's so much that this was a rogue person just doing this for the hell of it. I think, especially for the PC, it's going to come to PC. It's going to come to Switch. And it's just not, they're not ready to announce it yet. They have this announcement event planned. Thank you so much, Jorge Sig, for subscribing. So they have this announcement planned, and I think that announcement is why they pulled it off the site. Like, oh wait, we were gonna do this like during a Nintendo Direct or something.
Oh, that's right.
And
oh yeah, we forgot about this.
Oh whoops, one of our staffers jumped the gun.
Yeah,
because maybe the Direct is happening in 2 days.
Maybe
3 days. Sorry,
maybe.
The rumor was on Sunday. A really weird day. They've done it one other time I can think of, when it was for E3. So does it really count? Anyways, so yeah, I'm just. First off, Eric, do you want Spyro Reignited on Switch?
I want all games on Switch. So yes, I do. Cause
that's not what I want. I want to remove the comment. Okay,
it's
Yulia. Yeah. I'm taking the time out for a second. I'm gonna have to cut this out of the audio version, honey. You can't talk like that during the podcast. That's only for other night streams. Our podcast can't have. We don't have swearing or any of that kind of references. So, I'm not mad at you.
I might want to hide that one then.
But for some reason, well, it's not showing anyways.
Yes,
I had to click show.
Yes.
So I just want to point that out for anyone who's here that's on a normal night stream. This is not a normal night stream.
Right.
Our podcast streams are not ones that we allow that kind of stuff because this is posted later during the day. So.
Right.
All right. Anyways. Let's get back into it.
Spyro Reignited. Hi. She said hi before, so I wanted to get that in there.
Spyro Reignited, man. What are your thoughts? Do you want it on Switch? What are your thoughts on this whole... Is it just, I jumped the gun and I'm wrong and I shouldn't have reported on it the way I did?
No. I mean... what's the title? A little clickbaity? Yeah, possibly. But that doesn't, Yeah,
it said it's coming to Switch, period.
Yes. Well, you I mean, it's vague enough because you didn't actually put a...
Confirmed?
You didn't actually put a...
Did I put confirmed? I don't even remember.
I think so. But
No,
No, coming to Switch. Okay. Oh, you did put an exclamation point.
I did.
Okay.
Got excited.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't realize that you actually put some.
I'm excited because I want to play this
on
on Switch.
I didn't realize you actually put some punctuation on it.
I usually
thought
don't.
it was just a. I thought it was just a straight up
usually
title.
don't.
Switch could have.
I could have put a question mark.
Yes.
Question mark.
Question mark would have been better.
Technically,
Yes.
been quote unquote better. But that's the thing.
I know.
This is
But-
happening.
Yeah.
It's not even
I
a
know.
rumor.
No, I
It
know.
literally was
I know.
listed on the website. For a brief moment today, you could pre-order the game for Switch.
Right. And
this is not like
it's crazy.
GameStop or something.
Right. No, I know. It was the actual
Like literally
website,
official
yes.
website. Yeah.
which is really weird because the one picture that I saw of this when I first saw the story
Had Switch listed twice.
had Switch listed
Yeah.
twice. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what? What?
Bugs like that happen.
I know.
I don't know.
I know. But do I want it to come to Switch? Of course I do. I want all games
Do
on
you even
Switch.
like Spyro?
It's been a while since I played a game. Long time since I played a Spyro game. But yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be. Sure.
Yeah, I'm one of those people that it just doesn't really like. I really want to play it. That's the thing. I was never a big Spyro person. I've dabbled in a few things. It's just it looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
It looks phenomenal.
Really good.
I never played the original trilogy. It'd be sweet to play it again. Or play it for my first time.
Yeah.
And do it on Switch. Like, I don't care if it's not on Switch, if it's just on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, that's fine. But I would rather it be on Switch. I'm more likely to buy it if it's on Switch than not.
Yeah.
Just because, again, when do I get to primarily play video games? On my Switch. I can't remember the last time I got to sit down and play games on my PC for a long session. So I'd rather have it on a platform that I can take with me anywhere. I can take to my bedroom. I can take wherever.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it's happening?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
Now, a key point to remember is it's currently listed to release on September 21st. Thank you, Otto Echeverria, for subscribing. But yeah, it's supposed to release September 21st. Obviously, Switch version could be delayed. We don't know.
Yeah, right.
That's kind of the thing that happens.
It never. I don't think it ever gave an actual date on the pre-order, did it? Like if you actually were to click on it to pre-order it. I wonder if anybody actually pre-ordered it. Because I know it was up, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was
I
working.
didn't see anyone actually say they tried to pre-order it, so I don't know.
Because just because it was listed there doesn't mean it was actually working.
I don't know.
The back end could have been
I'm not
shut
in
down.
Europe, so I
Right,
can't.
well, right.
It wasn't listed for the U.S.
Right.
I don't know. There's not a whole lot to say on the news other than, yes, we want it to happen. We both think it's happening.
Yeah. It may be delayed versus the other ones, but
Maybe.
you never know.
Next, this next topic. So Sakurai's been talking a lot lately.
Oh boy.
A lot.
Did we peeve him off or something or?
No. Thanks, Mario Luigi Bros 128 for subscribing. So this is a funny one. So Sakurai in an interview was talking a ton about Smash Bros Ultimate. And he's got a zillion quotes. Let's just go like quote by quote here, back and forth. So his first one says, "In any case, the reception for Super Smash Bros Ultimate was amazing."
No. Are you sure it wasn't Ultimate?
That's what I said, Ultimate.
Ultimate was Ultimate?
Oh, jeez. What's the next one?
I think this is the first time I ever saw such a tremendous reception for just a game promo. The uproar was beyond encouraging.
To be honest, I'm really glad that it didn't leak. If it leaked that all characters will be in it, then it wouldn't have gotten the same reception.
Actually, I do agree with that one.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
I really wanted to avoid having the work of several years get smashed by someone who wanted his little moment to brag.
It would have been over for us had the words "all characters playable" made it out there.
It was a top secret project that many at Nintendo didn't even know about, and that's why you saw cheers even from those involved with Nintendo.
Ice Climbers, Pokemon Trainer, and Wolf received unusually loud cheering, not because they're popular characters, but because they weren't in the previous entry.
I'll question what we'll do with the next title, and I feel that having all characters playable for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate may have been a Pandora's box that could ruin possibilities for what's next in the series.
However, honestly speaking, I'm not thinking about what's next.
I'm just working hard on the best possible way to offer maximum satisfaction right now. Truth be told, I'm not getting any younger, and I don't think I'll be able to keep up with such dense workload forever. But the now is more important than the later.
So, Oh, there's some more.
Yes, there's one
I think.
more.
Sorry, I said I heard a lot of. Did you lose weight? Did you get thinner? And please take care of yourself after the presentation. But don't worry, I only lost about 6 kg. I'm not even sure what that is, but
Kilograms, yeah,
not a lot.
Yeah, probably not a whole lot.
So there's kind of a couple points here. One, would leaks have ruined the reveal for you?
Probably, actually. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
This is
yes,
good.
yes, and
No,
no.
I'm actually. Oh no! Don't get the yes and no. I was really hoping you would take strong that other stance.
No. I mean, it would have ruined it a little bit because the fact that going into it, it's like, oh yeah, the hype is there, and then if it wasn't announced, then it would have been like, oh well, what the hell? Okay, but if it's announced, it's like, okay, yeah, that's great. I knew that. Still amazing, but I guess it's
my thing is leaks never ruin reveals for me.
because it's never confirmed until it's actually.
It's not even that. It's not even that. Leaks can obviously set you up for expectations.
Right.
And the big thing is if your expectation isn't met, maybe that disappoints you.
Right.
My thing is I generally don't believe leaks until they happen. However, even if I had known about like this whole every character is there, even if I believed the rumor that every character was there, it's one of those things where that's fine, but I'm more excited about seeing the characters than necessarily know. Like, it's kind of like when people tell me, would the reveal of this game have ruined if you knew about it ahead of time, or if this next Nintendo Direct, if that leak for it was entirely true, and you know everything and all the games, does it ruin it for you? I'm like, it doesn't though. Leaks don't ruin it for me because there's nothing in the world replaces seeing the game.
Right.
And then if the actual trailer was leaked,
right,
how does that ruin it for me? It's the same thing.
Right.
I saw the trailer. I'm hyped.
Right.
So, like, the leaks are never that. The leaks are always people just telling you what's in it, and it's like, okay, that's cool, but I need to see it.
Right.
Once I see it, not only will I believe it, but once I see it, I will get hyped, like beyond hyped. Until then, I'm just like, that's really, really cool if it's true. But let's wait and see.
Right.
It's true. Oh my god.
Right.
I understand there's a lot of people that love the surprise. They love being surprised. But here's my thing. Surprise or not, we were getting the game, right? So it's like it doesn't change ultimately what the end result is. We're getting Super Smash Bros. Later this year with all of the characters. Whether or not we knew that before E3 or during E3 should not change your excitement for Super Smash Bros.
Right.
So like that's always my thing with leaks. It doesn't matter if we hear about it from a leaker or in the direct. As long, we're still getting the game. As long as the end product is awesome.
I can see it tampering back your excitement a little bit, but that doesn't mean that in the moment.
Yeah, well, think about this. Think about if because you mentioned specifically all characters are there. Okay, all characters are there. So you would have went in expecting to just if they just started out showing all the Ice Climbers are back and Wolf is back.
Right.
Like you're just like, okay, they're bringing everyone back. Okay, well, and then everyone's back. How shocked would you have been when the Ridley was dropped in there?
Right.
And stuff like that, like because all you knew going in is all characters are back. It would have almost made the new character reveals, which now you didn't expect.
Right.
Because now you were thinking, oh, it's just going to be they're just mashing all the characters together, and they're adding new characters, Ridley and Inklings. Well, I guess we knew about the Inklings.
Right.
Daisy, I think, was one of them.
Yep.
As an Echo character or something like that. So it's like, I almost think it would have put even more emphasis on those reveals than they got already. Because it almost felt like they revealed Ridley and the other characters, but it felt almost overshadowed a little bit by the fact that everyone is here.
Right. Right. To me,
I don't know. I mean, different surprises, different methods of doing things.
For me, I don't think it's not that my excitement is not there. It's just not as much as it would have been if I would have been surprised if the leak wouldn't have happened. I think my high would have been higher if the leak wouldn't have happened. But that's not saying that I can't get a high off of the reveal.
And that's fine. I mean, I can only speak for myself, of course. My high is the highest, not when the leak happens, but when I actually see it. So, like, that's why leaks don't ruin anything for me. Sakurai, obviously, from a development standpoint, I understand you want to control the messaging, you want to control the flow of information. He mentioned himself, most of Nintendo didn't know everything about this game. So that's kind of a big way to keep it under wraps. Although, I should note that Liam Robertson and a few other people on Twitter said they actually did know about this beforehand, but no one said anything.
Right.
So it was one of those, it kind of sort of did leak, but just the people who knew collectively decided we're not going to put it out there. So it's one of those, okay, did it really leak or did it not leak? Because some leakers, whether you want to believe them or not, are saying, yeah, we did know, but it was kind of that one thing where we're like, but so few of us actually know that we're just going to keep it under wraps, because if we come out with this, other leakers are going to say, oh, we never heard anything about this. Well, why? I mean, and plus there's the whole, well, if only a couple of us know, maybe we should just keep it to ourselves and let people be surprised. There's always that thing too. And how they would find out when most of the Nintendo people didn't know, I have no idea.
Right.
Thank you, Lance Jones, for subscribing. I don't know, like, leaks have never ruined anything for me. I get excited by leaks. You want to know why I get excited by leaks? Because we are in an era where, like, when you're a Nintendo fan, right, there's a daily news cycle, but you really only get big news 2-3 times a year, right? You get those big Nintendo Directs, you get your E3, etc., and that's basically it. So what's nice about leaks is, true or not, obviously I prefer them to be true, but true or not, they give you that big thing to talk about in between.
No, I get you.
And even when things leak, there's always something in the Direct we didn't know about.
Yeah. No, for
so
sure.
it's, I don't know, it doesn't really bother me. I don't know. Like, even if we'd known all characters were there, we know about the changes in the movesets. Actually, it would have almost made the 20 minutes they spent on it even more bearable for me, because I would have been focusing more on all the little finer details.
Right,
you know?
right.
Thank you, Sweet Life of Dio Brando, for subscribing. I'm surprised you weren't already subscribed. I mean, YouTube did the YouTube thing and booted off your subscription.
Don't forget about Firepuff 12.
That happens. Who?
Firepuff 12.
Oh, Firepuff 12. Oh, because they subscribed at the same time.
Right, yes. So,
welcome, Firepuff 12. Thank you for catching that. So yeah, I don't know, but I've always been that way, and maybe it's because I'm tainted. I might be tainted because I've been covering Zelda forever. I've been covering Nintendo news, forever, since basically I was 12 years old. Of course, I get excited by leaks.
Right.
Obviously, you can't lie. It equals viewership,
right.
Of course. On top of that, like, some people feel special because they feel like you're in the know. Yeah. I've never really felt special about a leak. There's only one time that I felt a little bit special, and that was when I worked at Zelda Informer. And at the time, Alex, who was representing us at E3, texted me, and he's like, hey, this Nintendo rep told me that the story is going to be kind of like a high school drama where this person really likes Zelda, but Zelda really likes Link, and kind of a love triangle thing. Sure enough, Bruce really liked Zelda. Zelda really liked Link, so there it was.
And Link
so it ended up being kind of like this little high school thing. Yeah. And we got to break that report at Zelda Informer, and that felt awesome because we had insider information. So I did have that special moment of, I know something the rest of you don't know in the moment right now until I tell you. But usually when I'm reporting on rumors, it's not us. We're not the source.
Right.
That was like the one time in my history reporting on rumors where we were the source.
Yes.
And that was awesome, especially since, like, it ended up being true, so it was like even cooler.
Yeah.
Like,
because it gives you
Nintendo
credibility.
Reps don't always know everything at E3 because they're just hired for events.
Right.
But this was obviously someone who actually worked for Nintendo and knew.
Right.
So I don't know. I've never been bothered by leaks, though. Like, they've never lowered my excitement for games. They've never really increased my excitement for games. All they've done is just added to the cycle, added to the hype cycle. It's just basically leaks, directs, news. It all mashes together to make me hype for games.
No, definitely.
None of it really hurts anything. All of it does is just help each other.
Yeah, I get it.
I know about something, then I see it. And when I see it, it's even better. It's usually even better than I expected. Oh, every character's there. Okay, so they just literally HD'd all the characters and brought them over. No, they changed designs. They changed this. They changed, like, still, I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. Speaking of Zelda stuff, though, for a moment.
Yes.
This is crazy. So our third topic, I don't know. Maybe we'll end up spending an hour talking about this because I love Tingle.
Right.
I'm such a big Tingle fan. Did you guys hear there's a Tingle horror game that used to be in the works? We don't know when. We don't know what era. But this comes from one of the higher-ups at Nintendo. I forgot to write down his name. But he said, looking back 8 years ago, we were developing a horror game with Vanpool that starred Tingle as the main character. Okay, yeah, it was Kensuke Tanabe. But he says, but the project was canceled due to a variety of reasons.
No,
so
sad.
For starters, Tingle horror game, yes or no?
That sounds amazing.
Well, again, we have Tingle games already, right? There's been the Tingle series of games, Balloon Trip and stuff like that. All three, there's like a trilogy of them. They all released in Japan. I think one or two of them also released in Europe. None of them came west because they think United States people hate Tingle. Yet Tingle's in Hyrule Warriors in the U.S. and you can play as them. And He's one of my favorite characters in
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
I love Tingle. Tingle's like a representation of my life, if I'm being honest.
Right.
Not
right.
just because he's a fat guy in a fairy suit. Like,
Story of my life. Wait.
but because he think about the correlation here.
Yeah.
He's a guy. He's a guy in his 30s, well past his prime, and he is trying to live out his dream of where he wants to literally be a fairy. And this is in a world where fairies are real.
Right.
Okay. I am a 30-something fat guy living in Wisconsin, trying to come from nothing to be a YouTuber. In a game where to be a YouTuber, you want to start this in your teens.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm like, I'm trying to live my dream out at the same time he did. Now you can argue a YouTuber might be a more prestigious than, say, what's an equivalent of me trying to become at this? Me wanting to be a carny, maybe. Or like wanting to be a manager of a carnival or something. I don't know. I don't even know what an equivalent would be, to be honest. I mean, being a fairy in The Legend of Zelda would be sweet.
Yes.
Until Link captures you and
In a bottle. And
then
like,
you just fly around him most of the time, and then you fly away.
I always found this question hilarious. So if Link is dead, who actually opens the bottles?
He falls on it and it breaks.
Oh, God, okay.
But the one to crush the fairy.
Want to crush the fairy or stab him with glass?
What's a little glass cut compared to being dead?
Right, yeah.
Instantly
gets back up, starts losing health from bleeding out.
Why do you think the game got canceled? It's a variety of reasons.
Yeah,
you didn't want to, so it's like, don't ask me.
Was it too dark? That'd be
did Tingle murder people in this game?
Yeah, right.
Like, was he like a serial murderer or something?
Was it a first-person shooter?
Like, Tingle's background in the Tingle games is actually really interesting. For those who like to mock and make fun of Tingle, like, Tingle, he's got a pretty dark story already in terms of, like, being abused by his parents and, what Mr. Rupee was doing to him. Yeah, we know him in the games as this quirky, fun guy who does maps and steals money in like Four Swords Adventures and stuff like that. But it's like, there's more to it. There's a deeper reason for why he is the way he is, and a lot of it has to do with how he was raised and the hardships he went through. That's actually really relatable to probably a lot of people in some ways. Not this big Mr. Rupee guy doing, but whatever. Like it's very. If you guys are ever curious, just go on like Zelda Wiki, and look up the actual background of Tingle. It's intense. And it makes me think that, like, what if, knowing that background that I do know, it would be kind of cool to see, yeah, it became a horror game because it ended up being the fourth Tingle game, but as the fourth Tingle game, he snapped. He finally just, no.
Yeah.
Like everything just, he's done with the world. And now he's just going to become like an even creepier version of himself that's already pretty creepy in a lot of people. And just become, a murderer or I don't know, a thief or whatever they were deciding to do with it. It's horror, so usually you assume there's death involved.
Right.
But how?
Right.
Or is he like a mastermind or has minions like killing people? And then the only reason I could think of it getting canceled is like because Tingle is still connected to the Zelda universe, would a horror game fit in the Zelda universe?
Right.
And like there's creepy, and the thing is there's death and creepiness in Zelda already.
Right.
The spirit temple and the bottom of the well, like there's a lot, like there's literally dead bodies hanging and stuff. Like there are creepy moments, but none of it's I don't say not a mystery because we don't know the exact history of all that stuff. But it's not horror. It's meant to scare you, but it's not like a horror experience.
Little do we know, Ganon's just a puppet for Tingle.
Wouldn't that be something?
Tingle's the complete and utter evil mastermind behind everything.
Tingle's been the mastermind this entire time.
Yes.
Oh, man.
How about them apples?
You're just blowing my mind right now. Like, I feel like my mind just exploded.
Right.
So, obviously, I would have loved a Tingle horror game. I think that's a given at this point. I love horror games. I love Tingle.
Yes.
Why not throw it together and see what happens?
Right.
Especially knowing his backstory, man.
Maybe it got to the point where I don't know if they just kind of lost direction. They were trying to do too many things at once and trying to fit so many things into the game that maybe they just kind of like, okay, this is getting too convoluted, enough with this.
Well, I'm wondering how far they got in development.
Right.
It says they were developing. So this isn't just like we were coming up with
concepts,
ideas.
Yeah.
They were trying to make this game.
Right.
And then it just got canceled for whatever reasons. And they said that Tingle's the main character. He might not even be the bad guy, right? This could be a nightmare situation where he's trying to like as bad as his backstory is for him personally. This is the culmination of everything, and it's all crashing in on him, and he's got to find a way to escape from his own mind or something.
Right.
Or,
and, and maybe he's the good guy of it, and it's a horror, like a Resident Evil type of thing.
He's killing zombies.
Yes.
But I think there's a lot of, based on his backstory, I think there's a lot of dark places they could really go where he is just trying to get out of it and become the person he wants to be, but he can't escape his past, and his past just is the basis of the whole horror game. Because in the games, it explains his past, but you don't see it. You're not shown it.
Right.
So imagine that something happens, and now he's got to either relive it or he's got to escape it because someone, like maybe Ganon or whatever, even got control of him and like trapped him in a nightmare. And so he has to escape. I think there's a lot of cool concepts that could have went with this.
Right.
I think one issue that might have got it canceled is that it probably would have been a little bit bigger budget than they had on the other Tingle games, just based on the type of game it could have been. And they knew they couldn't really release it outside of Japan because nobody else knew these things about Tingle but Japanese gamers. Right. And then one game in Europe or whatever.
They'd have to run back
they'd have to get those games out
backstory.
and play that people play them.
Right.
And then you'd have to replay that backstory in the beginning, and then would that ruin how they want to set up the game?
Maybe.
And then did they think a Tingle game's even going to perform outside of Japan? Like, were they even, hey, we're going to put, say even $3 million in development on this, but we're not going to release it outside Japan.
Right.
Like, because they don't think it'll sell in the U.S.
Right.
I think that's always a key factor. If they thought this would sell in the United States, they probably would have made it.
No, for sure.
But,
and maybe they, I don't know, I don't want to, maybe there was some sort of, like, mental illness that they were trying to go for, and then they realized, oh, this is possibly not a good idea.
Yeah.
That, they, because, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there's many different things.
And here's the thing. I know for many of you out there, you're going to be like, Tingle himself is a horror. So we've already had horror games. Any game that Tingle's in.
I do say it. You put him in the right light. He is creepy.
Yeah, but so am I.
Well, yeah, I guess. Me too. But
you guys should see me when I'm not on camera, or what I do before I get on camera, like when I shower and get ready. Like when I wake up in the morning, you don't want to know what this guy looks like, man. Let me tell you, it's not just the hair, the bedhead. It's, man, I'm not saying I wear makeup, but I probably should. I have worn makeup before. There was that live stream where Julia was makeuping me all up for donations. That was fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we move on to our last topic, which has a lot of information in it. And I didn't make a video on it, so I feel like it's great to talk about it. And that is the Media Create sales update for the past week. These are sales in Japan, and if you guys remember, we reported how much Octopath Traveler was selling out over the last weekend in Japan, which was its launch weekend. And Octopath Traveler is unsurprisingly the #1 selling game last week. And we know it sold quite literally every single copy. So it sold 110,111 units. That is exactly how many units they released.
Holy cow.
So they sold out. And the scary thing is, next week, we're probably going to see a big drop-off for Octopath Traveler. Want to know why? They said they can't restock it till August.
Oh.
So Octopath Traveler's #1, and now it's going to be like off the charts for 2 weeks.
There's literally nothing on the shelves. Fantastic.
Because these are just physical sales, not digital. So, digital sales. With digital sales, they probably moved 200,000 because no one could buy it.
Yeah, right.
But, man.
Oh, gosh, I'd hate to see the third-party market on this. Oh, God.
It's a great debut for the game, especially knowing that now it's not coming back to August. Like, people are
God, eBay is going to be
selling it for like
$100
a pop.
Oh, yeah.
Interestingly enough, #2 was the Nintendo Switch version of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. It sold 41,852 units. Now, I don't know if Treasure Tracker made it on the list again for 3DS. It does not look like it. So, the 3DS version didn't even chart.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, it did? Where?
Yep. Just after Minecraft.
Oh, okay. You could just say the spot. #6. You're right, #6.
I don't know. Oh, there's the spots.
Yep,
Sorry,
so,
I see it now.
So 3DS version tracked at 14,000. So 14,000 compared to 41. Needless to say, I think Switch is popular and 3DS is not.
And even then, you add the two together, and it still doesn't equal the Octopath Travel.
Well, no.
Doesn't even come close.
Octopath Traveler more than double, or
Yeah,
not more than double them combined, but
pretty dang close.
pretty close.
Actually, no, it did.
It did it. 14,558 plus 41. No,
We're at what, 56,000? Yeah, it's close.
it's close. But
It's
not
very
quite.
close. Not quite.
But yeah, like Octopath Traveler, man, blew up. Was it going to blow up again in 3 weeks when they restock? I have no
Probably.
idea.
I don't know.
But yeah,
guess we'll
we'll
find out.
see what kind of legs it has. Interestingly enough, I think there's 11 Nintendo Switch games on here. Mario Tennis Aces went from the number 1 spot, dropped to number 3, but still moved 21,000 units. Only lost 33% of sales, and that's been out for like a month there. Splatoon 2 at number 4, selling 20,430. The Nintendo Switch version of Minecraft at number 5, selling 15,101. Of note, that means Nintendo owns the entire top 5 in sales just for Switch. Then number 6 we know is Treasure Tracker. Number 7, Nintendo again.
So Nintendo
Mario
owns the
Kart
top
8
7.
Deluxe at 11,417 for a total of 1.6 million. Only 6% loss in sales over the prior week. Next up is PlayStation 4, and after that, PlayStation 4 game Mary Skelter Nightmares 2. It's an RPG apparently. Number 9 we have Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon, moving another 7K. And number 10 we have Breath of the Wild, still there.
Jeez.
Still there at
Still kicking.
6,662 with a 5% increase this week. You want to know why there was a 5% increase? I can explain this very easily. Because Nintendo Switch did see a slight sales bump this week.
Yes.
Last week it sold 44,000 units. This week it sold 50,000. So it had a 6,000 bump probably from Octopath Traveler. And a bunch of those people probably also picked up Breath of the Wild.
Right.
So that means Nintendo owns 9 of the top 10 sales spots.
Yep, so far.
I mean, technically Minecraft
Yes.
is not Nintendo, but it's on a Nintendo platform.
Right.
Like that version
The
of
Nintendo
it.
version of it.
So, like,
yes.
yeah. And it gets worse from there because like Kirby Star Allies is at number 11 with 6,000. That's moved. That was over 500,000 in Japan already.
That's crazy.
Just Japan.
That's crazy.
Man. For a Kirby game, a lot of people kind of hated on, man. It's doing exceptionally well. Number 12 is the new Gundam Breaker from PlayStation 4. But then number 13, we have Super Mario Odyssey with 5,000 units. And then a bunch of PlayStation 4 stuff, Crew 2.
Which is really weird because that
Kingdom
one's
Hearts,
down
Sankey.
6%. Odyssey.
What?
That one's down 6%.
Yeah.
So,
Breath of the Wild went up and Odyssey went down.
Yeah.
But there's
That's
also
a little
more
weird.
people that own Odyssey. 1.7 million versus just 1 million.
Yeah. But
But
you'd figure
well, no.
you'd figure with the new Switches.
But the new Switches are buying the game for Octopath, which is an RPG, and Zelda's a lot closer to that than Mario for taste purposes.
Yeah.
That's my argument. I don't know.
Oh.
Anything that touts Zelda sales is good for me.
Right. Well, right.
I love Zelda sales. Not that it really matters. Doesn't affect me.
Not anymore.
It's a stellar success. So at
Yeah.
this point, it's all gravy. But
Yeah. Right.
man. So if you ever wonder why Nintendo does not drop the price of their games, the launch game
Is
from over a year ago is still in the top 10.
selling like crazy.
In the top 10 in Japan.
Okay. Sorry. What are we at? Number 14.
Yeah. As a bunch of PlayStation 4 games. Then we have Donkey Kong Country at number 17. Tropical Freeze, which is not selling that well, but it's selling about probably what I would expect all Wii U ports to sell, unless you're Mario Kart.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Let me see here.
That was at what, 190,000 overall.
Yeah, something like that. And then Shining Resonance Refrain, for those wondering, that one also was brand new last week. Only sold 3,465.
That's actually pretty dang good, though. I mean,
I don't know if that's good for that franchise or not, or that game or not. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Is it
was a
disappointing?
Sega. I don't know.
Or is it good?
Honestly, I don't know enough about the game. It
don't know
just
enough
sounds
either.
okay.
Detroit
3,000 in a
Become
week seems good.
And winning 11 2018 rounds out the top 20. And those are PlayStation 4 games.
Yes.
No Xbox stuff. No surprise. Xbox is in has it even sold 1,000 units total in Japan yet? I mean, Xbox is just not even a thing that people care about in Japan.
Yeah.
So I guess first off, I want to talk a little bit about Octopath Traveler. Now, you didn't get to play it yet.
No, I haven't.
You should at least download the prologue demo because that all transfers over. Basically, you play that prologue demo, you'll know if you want to keep playing. My thing is...
Well, even if I wanted to keep playing, apparently I can't. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can.
No, I know. I just get it digitally, but...
Or I can borrow you my cartridge. I had the physical version.
I know.
I'm
joking.
If you don't want to spend the money, man.
I'm joking. I'm playing off the numbers.
Playing off the numbers, yeah, in Japan. Well, actually, it's sold out in a lot of places in the U.S. too. Not everywhere, but a lot of places online don't have it anymore. Around here, you ain't gonna find a copy.
Yeah, right.
It's
Exactly.
also. I've already checked. Because someone was thinking ahead for birthday presents, and you can't buy them anymore. Anyways, so Octopath Traveler, are you impressed by those sales? Brand new IP.
Well, yeah, I was impressed by 3,000, so 110,000, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If it did that there, which arguably maybe it could have sold better there than the U.S., maybe there's more copies there than the U.S., I think that the game's already moved over 500,000 easy worldwide by now. And could be over 1 million if they actually kept the dang thing in stock.
Right.
So that's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Is if they could keep the stock up, this could be a 1 million seller on Switch. I think it still might become a 1 million seller, but having a 2-week drop off in Japan because they can't stock is not. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe they said they wouldn't restock it till August. Maybe they end up getting it out anyways, and then it sells okay. But this could be such a big drop off.
Yeah.
Such a big drop off. And then Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, I think is interesting because one of the reports I read out of the UK where it was for sale were that sales were about half or less of what they were compared to the Wii U version. And I mean, that's fine. Again, it's a port. I don't expect it to sell as well as the original. But then here you have it at the number 2 spot, moving 41,000 units plus another 14,000 over on 3DS, and it's like, well, that's over 50,000 week 1. That ain't half too bad. I don't know if it's going to keep selling. Treasure Tracker's fantastic, but I didn't pick it up. I already played and beat the game on Wii U, so I'm like, they added a few Mario Odyssey stages, but they also removed stages to add the Mario stages. Why couldn't they just keep those stages in and then add the Mario stages and make a whole new world, a whole new level? But they didn't do that, so it's like, I was kind of against the idea of removing content to add content. When you're porting a game, just add more content.
Yeah. Right. No, for sure.
That's my thing.
Yeah. I get you.
I don't know. Like, what are you thinking on Captain Toad Treasure Tracker's performance? And why haven't you played it?
I don't know.
You gotta throw that out there. I've owned it before, and now it's available on Switch. It's also on 3DS if you don't want to pay $60.
No, I
don't even think it is $60. Is it $60? I don't even remember.
I am not touching that thing. That is how dare you? How dare you? This is a 91 Honda. How dare you?
That's what a 3DS feels like. In comparison to the Switch. In comparison to the Switch. I'm not dissing the 3DS, but in comparison to the Switch, it's like a 91 Honda compared to any car that's come out in the last 2 years.
Oh
my God. There go half our subscribers because we just dissed the 3DS.
Yeah, right.
Compared it to a 91 Honda.
Yep. But no, I don't know. I don't know why I haven't really played it. It seems like an interesting game.
Well, you like Toad.
Yeah.
There's Goombas in it.
Yes. Okay.
So why hasn't it?
I don't know. Money.
I mean, you don't jump on them.
Yeah,
I mean, you can fall on them sometimes.
Okay.
It's a puzzle game.
Right.
It's got boss fights.
All right. No. Damn you.
I'm thinking.
I know.
I'm just wondering why you never. No. I keep thinking back. Why didn't he play it when I owned it before?
Because I don't think you ever offered it to lend it to me. And I don't think I really knew about it.
It was on Wii U.
Oh, well, that's why I didn't have a Wii U.
No, I know that, but I kept thinking.
I don't think we ever played it.
Did we play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze? Why didn't we play Captain Toad?
I don't know. Because I don't think you ever mentioned it.
I agree with Eric. Nobody.
Okay.
First off, Mark, no swearing. No swearing, man. Time out. Anyways. I'm so sorry, Mark. I know you can probably still watch. You just can't comment.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's... I don't know. I mean, I like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I think it's really good. I think if you've never played it, pick it up on Switch or 3DS. I don't even care which version. But otherwise, I don't really have much to say because it's just good. It's a very good game that was surprisingly amazing based off of the Captain Toad levels that were in Super Mario 3D World. Man, good game. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what else to say at this point. I pretty much think I'm done. I don't really. There's no more topics. Is there anything else you want to bring up before we sign off? Go to the Q&A.
Yeah. How about we touch on the Mario Kart news that just dropped?
Oh, sure.
Before we hit
sure. Right before we started the podcast tonight, there was some new news about Mario Kart 8. Remember how they said they were adding more content to Mario Kart 8? Well, now we have our first content. I think it's released right now. It wasn't very clear when I read the news. It said version 1.6.
I think people are playing it right now.
Yeah, go update, go play it. I don't really think it's a big deal, if I'm being completely honest. But
it's cool.
They added the Master Cycle, and they updated Link to have a costume for Breath of the Wild Link. So basically, you could dress up as Breath of the Wild Link, and you can use the Master Cycle, I think, right now in Mario Kart 8. And as great as that is...
It's cool.
Like, it's cool. Add more stuff. Like, I love Zelda, and I just don't care.
That's crazy.
I wanted the new course.
Oh, right, yeah. I was waiting. Like,
a new Zelda course that's not, like, based in Hyrule Field, like, based in Death Mountain, based in, Kokiri Forest even, or like, Zora's Domain, an underwater one. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just kind of like, no, we just took the same character you already have, added a costume to him, and then added a new vehicle. And it's like, I'm glad the Master Cycle's in there. I'm surprised it took this long, but...
You could baby park it up and then just do a track on top of a tower.
There you go. A track on top of a spirit tower.
Really tiny track.
A new spirit tower.
Baby park it up.
Baby park it up. Yeah, I don't know. That's just one of those things where I think it's cool. I'm going to have the update. It's free. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not that excited by it. I'm glad it's there.
I think it's cool, but I think it could have been a lot more.
But am I expecting too much for a free update?
Well, no, I know. But then again, isn't everything for...
No, if they would have... My thing is, if they added the Breath of the Wild costume, why don't they add more costumes from Breath of the Wild? Where's my Tingle costume, damn it? We talked about Tingle horror before.
Right.
Why can't I dress as Tingle and terrorize people on the racetrack?
Yeah.
Come on, that is my Tingle horror game, Nintendo.
Is Zelda actually in
Mario Kart? I don't think so, no.
Oh, they could have added her. They could have gave her...
Because you got to pay for that.
Yeah. Because new character.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least they didn't charge.
Yeah.
They could have been like, you can get this new costume for $1.
Right.
You know how many people would have paid that $1, though?
Oh, I know.
Millions.
A lot.
Millions of people.
I get that.
Plus, you're the popularity of Breath of the Wild.
Oh, no, for sure. I mean, when it sells...
this is just in Japan. Just in Japan.
Where are we at? Japan here. Breath of the Wild number, 10?
Yeah,
yes,
and then you look at Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
Has sold 1.6 million just in
Japan.
Japan.
Breath of the Wild is 1.
People would have bought it.
1,043,000.
People would have bought it.
44,000. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to bring up? Because you did say you checked the news.
No, that was about it. I mean, we covered most of it that I saw. It was only like a 5-minute news search.
Sure.
I mean,
well, instead of trying to find an excuse to stretch out the podcast, I think we'll just call it there.
Yeah, hit the 45-minute mark, which is...
So it's a little shorter than usual, but that's okay. It makes it a little easier for me to catch up with last week's as well. As always, you could check us out on Patreon at patreon.com. In a few weeks, the podcast will be back to our normal Patreon perks of $10 for the live stream, $5 for early, $20 to be on the podcast. That's actually still a thing. For $20 a month, you can be on the podcast. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. Now that being said, we move on to the Q&A. Yeah. For those who don't know, the Primecast actually has a Q&A part of it. So, as I said, this live stream is like a combination of a normal podcast with the Q&A and the Primecast stuff. So, enjoy, because that's the way it's going to be for a few weeks. And I know we had some earlier questions.
Yes, we did.
So let me scroll all the way to the top. If it didn't get deleted, no, it did not. So scrolling down, so our Quantum said, Nate, bring me on as a guest. We talked about this before, man, because I think he's a $10 backer on Patreon. If you would like to come on as a guest, that's what our $20 backer tier is for on Patreon. Right. Again, I know you're a $10 backer there, and I think a $5 sponsor and a $5 thing on Twitch, but I handle all that stuff through Patreon.
Speaking of Twitch, sorry, we never did get the shout out to the Twitch subscriber over here, Nightmare Ninja,
and Sonic Man the Best, who's been chatting us over there too.
Oh,
you didn't say anything that we need to respond to. So in the Quantum, you already know this, man. We've talked about it before.
Pretty sure we talked about it last week.
I think so. He's just gonna keep asking until I decide to give in.
Yeah, I know.
Let me scroll down here. Is a Tingle horror game legit? It's legit that it was in development.
It was legit.
Yep.
I guess it still is legit, but just not in development anymore.
Yeah, it was in development, but it's not anymore. Let me see here. Scrolling down. Mark had something before I'll get to. I think he said... so he had an idea, basically. He said, could you start doing Primecast on Thursdays to keep the audience and the podcast can record on Fridays? I think the original reason we did Thursdays is because of your other job.
Right.
Sometimes you work Friday nights.
Yes.
So that's why we can't do this podcast on Fridays. So no. I know there's like that. Is the audience watching tonight going to really show up on a Friday night? I think they will. Especially if I think when I know for sure the other podcast is coming back, that even that week, I might just cut out the Q&A session and just say, look, we have a live podcast tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our last live for this. Be sure to tune into that one tomorrow. That's going to be our live podcast
with the
forward.
Q&A.
And that one's not going to have like the awkward, oh, we're done, see ya. Oh, by the way, now it's Q&A time.
Yeah,
like,
right, yeah.
Like it won't be awkward like that. So that's what it is. Hopefully that transition works out well. It's not as smooth as it possibly could be, but I think it'll work well. I think a lot of people that really enjoy these live podcasts are going to enjoy those ones, especially since we do interact with the chat a lot more during those podcasts, because that podcast is intended to be live. There isn't like an audio-only version of it, at least not yet. There hasn't been a request for one yet, but if there is someday, maybe I'll do something about it. Let me see here. Scroll down. Don't really need the video from there. Let me see here. The one Musketeer earlier said, hi, guys. How's your hernia doing, Nate? And what do you think about the content in both direct leaks? Specifically, what do you think is real in them? I never saw a second direct leak, so can't talk about that. And I don't think anything is real. So there you go in the first one.
How's your hernia doing?
How's my hernia doing? I'm alive.
I was fine until your kid speared you today.
Yeah. I mean, I got speared there earlier today, so that hurts, but...
Yeah.
It's life.
Right.
I played volleyball yesterday, so obviously I'm back to some physical activity.
There you go.
There were certain things I couldn't do in volleyball, but I could do more than I thought I could.
There you go.
It hurts right now, but again, that's my children. They're the ones that probably caused the hernia, to be honest. So it's life. I'm doing all right. I'm in my 4th week of recovery right now. And yeah, that's I have 2 more weeks to go before I'm supposedly 100%, which just means the wound inside me has healed. Doesn't mean you're back to 100% strength, because then you got to rebuild your body muscle that not only got weakened from the surgery, but it hasn't built back up. All it's done is heal. Now you got to build that strength back up, your core back up, so then you can like go back to your normal activities.
My core is rock solid.
Man, be around my kids more, and then you'll have a hernia.
What are you talking about? I've been headbutted so many times just from the short period of times I'm over here.
Right. Let me see. Scrolling down. Walk downstairs and play out of your arms and do some funny stuff in the background without Nate knowing. She's not home.
We can see the door. It's literally right behind us.
Oh, we had a $2 super chat from JH. He says, "Do either of you believe in ghosts?"
Ooh.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I'm kind of agnostic on it. And neither.
What does that even mean?
I neither accept nor reject the existence of ghosts.
So they could be real, but you don't really know because you've never experienced it? That kind of thing?
Yes.
They're real. I'm just straight up saying they're real. I've had experiences. So, talked about this before, actually. It's been a long time since I talked about it, but I had experiences from my childhood. My parents will back me up on it. They've been there. They've seen it. It happened at our old apartment building down in the flats. 1060 Pump House Road, number 3. I can tell you that address. I don't live there anymore. What's up?
Edward Norton, do you believe in the Jersey Devil?
Well, for starters,
yeah.
We are the Q&A part, so
yes,
I guess I'll do some shoddy shots.
Yeah.
I guess hand me the other one.
This one?
That was the one that you didn't drink out of.
Yes.
You drink out of the blue one.
Which one do you want?
Well, we don't have any cheap stuff, so.
This, that, the other thing.
So I'll get in a little. I'm feeling a little pain tonight, so.
Yeah, you're streaming again.
Oh, am I? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I believe in ghosts. I've had experiences with them growing up, so, including maybe even at the last apartment I lived in. I'm not 100% sure if I believe it was a ghost, but Yulia's pretty convinced. So.
Yeah.
And then Edward Norton, do you believe in the Jersey Devil?
I believe in the New Jersey Devils. Wait,
hey. Do I believe in the Jersey Devil? I don't know who the Jersey Devil is, It's possible. Edward Norton gave us another buck, but I don't think he put anything with that one. Are you trying to get Eric to do a shot, not just me?
Probably, but yeah. What?
I need different booze.
What?
Too many in a row.
Okay.
Of this one.
Sure. What do you want next?
Oh my god, I don't even know if anything's going to be any better. That's 21%.
You got watermelon, you got pumpkin.
Let's go with the little bit of watermelon. Now remember, guys, I do want to note as I'm doing these shots, because this is a stream that'll be seeing my kids and stuff like that after the fact. Please drink responsibly.
Yes.
Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. Please, if you live in the United States, I can't speak for other countries, don't drink before you're 21. Not just because it's illegal, but because you can risk a lot of things. You can risk your athletic career. You can risk scholarships. You can get even kicked out of high school. Like, you need to be really careful with this stuff, and you need to understand all of the responsibilities that are in play when you do drink. So please, 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 please drink responsibly. Don't be like me, live streaming and doing shots. I don't condone you do this unless you. I just don't condone you do this. It's one of those things where I'm 30 now. Like, in my 30s.
You're not quite a man.
I've been through the ringer. I know what I can handle. You guys, please do it responsibly. All right, let me get this in. Watermelon. Actually, it was kind of tasty.
Yeah. Interesting.
People asking about my marriage. The Hat Martin Nate's marriage is what's keeping me subscribed. Nate's marriage is what's keeping you subscribed. Oh my gosh. Yulia was having a fun combo earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see here.
I was kind of partially keeping track of it, but oh boy.
Let's get a Nintendo Prime Bomb Assist trophy.
Yes,
Wouldn't that be sweet?
That would be fantastic.
Dude, if they had a Nintendo Prime Bomb Assist trophy, I'd be like, they care. Edward Norton with another $1. You bastard. Yeah, I'll do another water. I'm only doing half shots, by the way, because these are really high alcohol content for like a $1 dough. At least it's red and pretty.
Yeah, kind of.
Especially in the pink shot glass. Like,
yeah, right. Ooh.
Pink bottom shot glass. Right. I don't know if you guys can tell.
No, probably not.
Let me see here. I need some Cheetos.
Cheese puffs.
Cheeto puffs.
Cheese puffs.
Sorry.
Cheese puffs.
You guys were talking about that leaker. I didn't notice your sub. We got you. Fire Pup.
Yeah.
Eric saw.
I did.
Because we had two people sub at the same time.
Yes, we did. Yes. And then we noticed it. It's like
Duo Master popped in to remind people to stop with the swear. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Just on this one. Any of our other night streams, it's fine. But anytime it's a podcast stream, we don't allow that stuff.
Even though we have swore in the past on podcasts.
Yeah, we can swear.
Yes.
I know it's one of those. Why can you do it and I can't?
Because we're the people on it.
One, it's our channel.
Yes.
And two, it's just it's a thing where we can control how that comes across.
Right.
Versus other people like telling people to F off or
right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, just rather not get into it unless it's a stream where we're all just kind of being that way.
No, for sure.
Let me see here. Scrolling down. Unholy Cow asked earlier, how are you today? Sure, I said Eric. Eric, how are you today? We haven't talked about that.
Not too bad.
Had a good day?
Yeah.
Work was good?
Yeah.
Not too bad?
It
you sounded like
terrible.
in a good mood when you called after work. So
yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. I was glad.
Glad to be done?
Glad to be done.
That's what it is?
Not that my work is terrible, but it's it's one of those things that you just get done with work and there's like, all right, I'm done. Cool.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Unholy Cow also said, no Wheel of Suffering today. The Wheel of Destiny. No Wheel of Destiny today.
Yes.
Podcast. We've only ever actually spun it one time, legit. So,
what happened? I'm guessing you got the egg.
I'm
correct?
guessing. No.
No.
Yulia just did that because she was mad at me.
Oh well, that doesn't surprise me.
Then I got it back to her.
Oh
no! Of course she did it back to me
Oh,
again.
boy.
There was only 3 eggs, so I got it twice. She got it once.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. No Wheel of Destiny. I don't know when we're gonna bring Wheel of Destiny back. It didn't really perform well, which is okay. You test out different things and you see what happens. It'll come back in the future, maybe with some different stuff on it. Let's see here. Scrolling down. That's all the current stuff. Okay, sure. I guess we're kind of, sort of caught up to the current stuff.
And then Mark
pretty close. Yep.
Mark got timed out.
Mark is back off his little timeout because he was swearing, and I couldn't delete the comment for some reason. I probably could have if I was over here. I bet you if I was over here. No, I still can't over here.
That's
Why
Sure.
can I not delete comments?
I
Come on, YouTube. It's my channel. In my own chat, on my own backend. I can't delete comments. Oh.
Sure, fantastic.
Anyways, I don't want to have to put people on timeout every time I'm trying to delete a comment.
There was a question up above, right next to it.
You know you can ask the question. You don't have to.
I know. I'm trying to figure out which right they mean.
Well, just
there was a cutie on the right. Who's the cutie on the right? I don't know which right it is.
For them, you're on the right.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah, you're on my left, they're right.
Sure. Fantastic.
Use the cutie on the right. That's Eric Moore.
It's just mirrored. Okay, sure. Why not? I don't know.
You can literally see it.
Hey. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and you can see it on here before it even goes live.
Whatever.
You're the cutie on the right. Enjoy the fact that someone's calling you cute.
Fantastic.
Someone thinks you're cute.
Thank you.
Now you need someone to think you're hot.
Yeah.
That means you got to start showing a little chest hair.
Oh, right.
That's how you get the ladies. They're like a man's man.
I don't have any.
I'm so far from a man's
I don't have
man.
any.
Was Tingle the protagonist or antagonist? That's the real deal. Well, they said main character for it, so that's why it's like, is he the main bad guy character or the main good guy character? We didn't know, so we kind of speculated on both ends on that one.
Yes.
Oh my God, Mark! Stop swearing. Time out.
That's been there for a while.
Mark, I told you. I know, but Mark, I told you. Stop swearing.
I think it's because we're now on the question.
I know you're hyped, Mark. I'm aware you're hyped.
Yes.
I am actually a little bit hyped for the Spider-Man game. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
But no, I have not seen all the new coverage because if I'm gonna pick it up, I'll wait until I own a PlayStation 4. I don't own a PlayStation 4 right now, so I don't have a ton of reason to keep following the game. I'm aware of it. I've seen gameplay of it. I've seen trailers. I'm sold. I don't need to see more. And that's the kind of way I am with Nintendo stuff even. Like, I see enough about a game. I know enough. I don't have to keep looking at it all the time. That's one way that people say, oh, how do you avoid getting spoiled all the time? It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Pay attention. Pay attention. Once you're satisfied and you know you're going to buy it, you can stop paying attention to the coverage. Let's see here.
Oh, God, there's a weird question coming up.
Oh, that's all right. I would love Nintendo Prime to go ghost hunting episode.
Yes.
Oh, that would have to
fun.
be a like a
vlog.
God,
we got plenty of haunted places around here.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole haunted tour that happens in the summer here.
There is.
I've been on it before.
So have I.
Don't know if I believe it.
Cool.
It's really cool history lesson.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those that but nothing happens, so I don't know.
Well, no.
But then again, it never happens when you're looking for it. It's always when you're not. So.
Right, for sure.
Anyways, that would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
I don't know how we could relate it to Nintendo. It has to be something in Japan with some like old Nintendo person who died.
We just need to put a backpack with a vacuum cleaner hose on it.
Or we
could go Luigi Mansion it.
That would be funny. What we need to do is, because we've been on the tour before, go to all the sites and get to the building and start placing little Nintendo stuff. And be like, oh my God, Mario's moving.
What?
All we did is kind of do a cell phone that we're calling, it's buzzing. Yeah. It's like, what is happening? Just freak people out.
Right.
Let me see. Edward Norton says, have you or Eric used to tell ghost stories when you were kids? The only time ghost stories came up for me when I was a kid, beyond my actual experiences, which to me are not stories, it's real life, was Boy Scout camps.
I don't think we ever really told ghost stories
to each other. No,
outside the times where you've experienced stuff.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
but we never had like any sit around a campfire or just sit there and tell ghost stories about Chippewa Falls.
Yeah,
or whatever.
right.
No. The only time ghost stories were really talked about much was when I went to Boy Scout camp. Cub Scout camp, I guess. I technically never made it to the Boy Scout level, which is like the adult.
Whoa.
It's like the precursor to being in the military at that point, pretty much. I'm not even kidding. It's literally the precursor to being in the military. Basically, the training you learn there is, they even note in the little packet, like towards the end, that this is training you're going to need to know for the military. So it's like,
nice.
So you're training me become a soldier. I think I'm out.
Yep. Bye.
I might die. I don't want to die like that. I don't call it selfish. I don't know, but I don't want to die. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Whoa.
That's okay. We're here.
Where are we at? Okay, there we at.
There
are we at?
The Musketeer says this is kind of random. Is it Musketeer like the old school Disney show?
Yes.
You were a Musketeer?
Well, yeah. Well, the Musketeers, and then Musketeers, yes.
Musketeers was a thing, though.
Yes, it was, yes.
Yeah. Anyways. This is kind of random, but what are the chances do you think a Luigi's Mansion sequel comes to Switch? I'm going to go 50-50. Flip of a coin.
Yeah.
I think Dark Moon did well enough to bring Luigi's Mansion over to 3DS. I think there's a flip of a coin that we can get Luigi's Mansion 3 on Switch. Because they might just say, you know what, that's that one game we got to bring over to 3DS in 2019. I'll be like,
it actually probably would go to 3DS, not the Switch, just for some ungodly reason. Because,
Edward has a question for you.
Yes.
Have you played Touch Baseball? Tap Sports Baseball?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
I have not. I play it like once every few days. He's every day. Almost. Or no, I think you're every day. Just like last year. I was every day last year.
What? Yeah.
The last version I was every day. This one, I was going well until my phone went down.
Yeah.
And then I switched phones, and now it's like I had to start all over, and I'm like, I'm playing a little bit.
No, actually, they've added some decently new features. And
I just keep waiting until they give me a free draft pick, and then I get back in. Hey, come get your free stuff. All right, sweet.
Right.
Thank you for the free gold. No, they don't give free gold anymore.
That's like an everyday thing, though, that they're giving away
they
a
used
whole
to give
bunch
me
of
like
stuff.
500 gold for not playing for a couple days.
They're giving away draft picks like every day.
Yeah, but I want gold now.
And boxes.
They give away lots of boxes.
Yeah, they're giving away everything today.
Do you see the Mario Kart update yet? We already talked about it, actually.
Well, I think this was before we...
No, this is literally caught up.
Yes, okay. Never mind.
So, yes, we talked about the podcast. Let me see. Mark Greenberg says, you have explained sex on the podcast. Control how it's used my arse. As I was saying, Mark, we're allowed to talk about certain things the way that we want because we are in a controlled environment where we control the conversation. In the comment section, we can't always control what's being said. So when we're talking about a podcast that's going to be viewed by children, we can approach things in a certain way that we can't control in a live environment in the comment section.
We are blindsided by a random F-bomb.
Yes.
When we say it.
Yes. Nate, you can't delete mod chats. I can't delete anyone's chat.
Yeah.
It's not even just you, Mark. I can't delete anyone's chat. It only lets me put people on timeout or ban them. Or review. There was some other option.
Yeah.
But it wasn't delete. See, Yusuke says, question for Eric. What's your favorite series or game from Nintendo of all time? I probably should start banning swear words in the comment section, just in general. Because I've been allowing people to swear, but I think I should probably start cutting that out a bit. Anyways, that's another conversation for a different day.
Because I'll let you handle that one.
What?
Favorite game? Conker's Bad Fur Day. Honestly,
it's not from Nintendo though. That's rare.
It was on exclusively. It was exclusively on a Nintendo system at one point in time.
Sure, but then it was brought to Xbox.
Yes, I know.
Because
and then they ruined it.
It's not a Nintendo. No, the game was still great. The multiplayer wasn't.
They ruined it.
Although the peeing on people was
yes,
kind of
I know.
But I'm just saying that's not Nintendo.
I know. Well, I can say Banjo-Kazooie then because that's only been on a. I know it's not a Nintendo thing license, but.
It's a Nintendo game. That's not a Nintendo game.
Sake.
That's like me seeing Secret of Mana because it was only on the Super Nintendo until this recent remaster. Doesn't matter. It's still not a Nintendo game. It's a Square Enix game. I know your answer already. I don't know why.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh! Did not expect that. I thought it was going to be Mario 64.
Oh, well, yeah, there is that one.
I swore, because you were going all in 64, I'm like, he's going to go Mario 64. I know it's your favorite Mario game of all time.
It is.
But Breath of the Wild tops that for you, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. See, Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time. What is your favorite game of all time?
Breath of the Wild.
Oh! Yeah. That means there's no variety on this podcast.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. I mean, it's
so good.
That's got to be
good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the next question came from Mark, no surprise. He says, so this isn't a podcast anymore, so why can't we cuss? We don't allow cussing on the Primecast either. This is a combination podcast of the Primecast and the Nintendo Prime podcast until we re-split off later.
Edward Norton's my new friend.
We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, so like that's why. This is not a normal night stream. This is a podcast stream that's going to be viewed after the fact by the public. This isn't... See, the reason that we allow the swearing and all the other stuff in our other night streams is because those aren't public after. It happens in that moment, and that's it.
Right.
I don't have to worry about my kids waking up the next day and hearing it.
Right.
Because they're not going to hear it.
Right.
So it's one of those things where that those night streams, like that's just for like us. That's like the private crowd. Like, yeah, it's public, but it's a private crowd. If that makes sense. Like, there's no viewing after the fact. You either are here for the show, or you miss it, or you're a Patreon backer. Whereas when it comes to like the podcast streams, those are live after. So, or going to be live after.
Oh, good God.
So.
I'll let you take. What's your 7th favorite game?
Let me see. What's your 7th favorite game?
Yeah,
well,
that's
Breath of the Wild, then Secret of Mana, then Conquer. It's 3. Bear in mind, this is probably a list that changes over time. This is so tough. You know what?
I love the arbitrary number.
This is scary.
What?
This is scary.
What?
World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Do I have to pick a specific version of Madden?
No.
You know what? No,
Madden,
it's not even Madden. NFL 2K5.
Oh, yes. 2K5 or was it 6?
No, 2K5 was the last one.
Yeah, okay.
6. Thinking back. Because I can't think of just Switch game. I'm like, all these Switch games are on my mind, but I'm like, no, think back. Games that I've had more time with and that I've had time to sit on. Age of Empires 2.
Ooh.
It's 9-7. My 7th favorite game.
7th favorite game.
So tough. There's so many I'm debating between once you get to 7. I'm going to go with... oh, gosh. You know what? Screw it. I'm going GoldenEye.
Ooh.
007.
There you go. I like it.
The thing is, I'm still debating. Like, no, maybe it's Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe it's Snowboard Kids. Maybe it's 1080 snowboarding. Maybe it's Super Mario Odyssey. Like, there's so many at that 7 spot.
Yes.
It'd be very hard for me to sit down and make a like, this isn't definitive besides my top 2. It's not definitive. It would take me forever to definitively make a top 10 all-time gaming list for me.
Right. No.
One, it would take me forever just to do a Nintendo one, and then it would take me forever to do everything.
Yeah.
Although, here's the question I have for the crowd.
Yes.
Would you like to see some top 10 videos? I hardly ever do them. I don't think I've done one in like 6 months.
We used to do. If you want top 10 videos, go to like the first 2
months of podcasts. Yes. All top N64, top NES, top this. But you got one more top 10. It doesn't have to just be games. You know, it could be, it could be items. It could be whatever. There's a zillion top 10 ideas. I've some that I've done at Zelda Informer back in the day that I could expand to everything. Let me know if you're interested in like top 10s, top 5s, top list videos. Those are something I've been looking at maybe getting out, one a week. It's been something I've been debating about, but I'm like, you know what? And I'll probably put up a poll as well in the community thing to ask people
top 10
more
this week
directly.
Yes.
There's
okay. We're
right here. Yep. Mark says, what do you think the new Pokemon in Let's Go is? There's a new Pokemon?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of wondering. There's a new Pokemon? I thought it was all Gen 1, and that's it. I didn't realize there was a new Pokemon.
Well, some of the Alolan Pokemon are going to be in, which are like new forms of Gen 1.
Oh, really?
But I don't.
Okay,
I didn't know there was a new Pokemon.
I don't know. Sure.
Thought it was just the 151 and then a couple of Alolan forms. So you're delivering news to me, Mark, that I'm not aware of.
Cool.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Then he says, tell us ghost things that happen to you. I want to believe, but I don't. I've talked about this before. I guess it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which story should I tell?
I don't know, but I do agree with Carl. I do love old school rare.
I'll tell the one story, because it's shorter for me to tell.
Yes.
And I was older when it happened. Whereas when I'm a kid, you were just dreaming. No matter how much I tell you, I'm swearing to gosh, I was not dreaming. This one's different. So me and my dad, when I was like 10, we wanted to scare my mom when she was coming home. This was like it was either the day of Halloween or the day before. So we made a scarecrow. Leaves, stuff with bags, blah, 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 blah. And we put the scarecrow sitting on a chair right inside the door. And that alone, I'd be like, you might get a jump scare, but we put a rope on it. And then we, I can't remember if it was a pulley or what, but we had something hanging on the ceiling so we could pull the rope so the thing would stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So it would just freak her out that it's standing up on its own, right?
Yeah.
So whatever. So my mom opens the door. We pull on the. She waits. She's like, oh, haha, very fun. All of a sudden, stands up and she just, and all of a sudden, we're like, ha ha ha, we're all laughing. We got you. We let go of the rope. The thing stays standing up, and you could be like, oh, the rope got caught or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
No big deal. It started lifting its damn arms, and reached for my mom.
Fun.
My mom thought it was us.
Yeah.
Of course she did.
Well,
Why
right.
wouldn't you think it's us?
Yeah.
And me and my dad are looking at each other like, do we tackle this thing?
Yeah.
What do we do right now?
Yeah.
It's not walking towards her at least.
Yeah, right?
So maybe because it knew it couldn't get anywhere with the rope around it. I don't know. But I'm like, so like we immediately, my dad was freaking out so bad. He yanked on the rope and like ripped the head off.
Yeah.
And then it just completely collapsed.
Yeah.
Just like, it's the thing. Do you believe it happened? You weren't there to see it. Like, so I can't make you believe it really was a thing. It's one of those, as they say, seeing is believing.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have these ghost stories in my life, would I believe them? Probably not.
Wasn't there juggling potatoes?
Yes, that was the other one, but that's a longer story because it involves the toilet and some other things. I don't want to get into it. It's a long explanation. That's a long story. That's like a 20-minute story. So I figured I'd go with the short one. There's other stories, with doors opening and shutting. I know a lot of you guys be like, oh, that's just pressure changes in your house and blah blah.
I mean, that's definitely
which
possible.
It can be, but there's
especially with the pump house.
But like
pump
there's
house
certain
apartments.
things that like that was not just no pressure change. That was like trying to break my arm off in the door as I was holding it open, kind of thing. Which a pressure change isn't going to be stronger than me holding the door open. So
I don't know, those pump house apartments. You never know.
Well, we found out someone died in that apartment at one point. So
nice. Okay.
We didn't know about that until we lived there after a few years. And suddenly my parents started building a new house. No one died there. Anyways,
it's not that we know of.
Let me see here. Pretty clear. Eric likes old school
Yes.
rare. Yeah, he does.
Yes, I do.
Very obviously.
Yes.
Conquer Bad Fur Day, Duffy Kong Racing,
And then and
Snowboard
then
Kids.
definitely that's where Edward Norton became my friend.
Yeah, Snowboard Kids.
Snowboard Kids is amazing.
Sonic the Best wants to know, what do we think of the new Mario Kart content with Breath of the Wild Link? All you have to know about that is once we're done with this stream and it's uploaded, go back and rewatch because it's a podcast and we talk about it in the podcast.
Yes.
Where's the new courses? That would be something they charge for, so I'm assuming they're going to release
they didn't
cups.
have one. We were hoping. That's what we were hoping.
There's going to
for.
probably be new cups they'll release in the future, and then they'll charge for it, like $20 or something. Let's see. I'm so surprised Odyssey didn't get no DLC about Sunshine. It still could. It still could. We're not even a year out from release. It's possible they're going to announce new DLC for this winter, for all we know. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe needs Diddy, Birdo. Why are they cut in the first place? Mario Kart 8 never had Diddy and Birdo. Mario Kart itself has never had Diddy and Birdo, did it?
I don't know.
Maybe it did.
I haven't played.
It's been so long since I played anything but Mario Kart 8 that I don't remember. AoE 2 HD is OP.
Yes.
AoE 2 HD is amazing. Mark Greenberg expects that Spider-Man is going to be his new favorite game.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, hey, nothing wrong.
I hope it's game of the year.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's see here. GoldenEye 64 remaster. I meant GoldenEye 64.
Yes.
The remaster one's not as good, in my opinion. It's just not the original game. It's basically a completely different game. So Yusuke said yes to top 10s. They're really amusing.
Yeah.
Okay. Mark says he loved top 10 videos as well, but I love them to be outside of the box top 10s. What? Oh, you're talking about my outside the box episodes that I haven't done in a while. Yeah. I don't know that I do top 10s for outside the box. You want to know why I won't do top 10s for outside the box? Because that would require that I have intimate knowledge of games on other platforms that I do not have. I grew up as a Nintendo gamer. I could do top 10 PC, I guess, but I couldn't do things with PlayStation or even Xbox because I just don't have as much experience with PlayStation and Xbox games.
I think we've done way back in the very, very beginning. I think we might have done Xbox and PlayStation.
No, we didn't.
Are you sure?
Guarantee. I don't even know if I played 10 PlayStation games.
I think we've only not necessarily top 10. I think we might have done top 5.
I don't even think I've played 5 PlayStation games.
All right.
I never technically owned a PlayStation 2. Someone else did. Never played a game on it. I owned a PlayStation 3. The only thing I played on it was MLB The Show.
And DVDs.
And DVDs and Blu-rays. Don't own a PlayStation 4. Never owned a PlayStation 1. So, like, I do not have the experience to do any sort of top 10 list for a PlayStation.
Right. Yeah.
But
Ooh, top 10 Pokemon.
Top
Top 10 eSwitch. Oh, boy. Okay. Top 10s, more blah, blah, blah.
Every week would be a good idea. I'm not going to do the eShop stuff. There's too many other channels that do that. I know there's a lot of channels that do top 10s, but, like, I'm not interested in doing top 10 eShop things every week. I think Beat 'em Ups does that and some other channels. Like, let them do that stuff. They're interested in that. I'm not really interested in doing that. So, let's see here. We got top 10 Pokemon. Sure. New Pokemon is Reggie. Do you think AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd will get a Switch port of that game? I have no idea.
Yeah.
Sure.
Burn that scarecrow.
Tender Privates 10-12. I have time. Tell me about the juggling tomatoes.
Potatoes with a P.
Tomato. What's the matter with
you? What's the matter with you? Hey.
Oh, retracted. I was just about to read that.
Yeah, well. You can still look at it, can't you? You can. I don't know about anybody else, but.
Hey, Link 1607. Thanks for following.
Yeah.
So General Heartless says, just an FYI, on your Twitch channel, you're in the wrong directory, and they're kind of sticklers to it. I'd recommend getting out of Mario Kart 8 if you're doing mostly talk show. Here's the thing. When I go to edit, I'm not even kidding. I go to edit. I will be like, hey, let's get out of that gaming category, right? Let's just not have a gaming category. Oh, no, watch. Now, it says it updated, but I go back in, I'm still in Mario Kart 8. I have to have a game or category listed. And the thing is, I don't know what you would categorize it as when I just decide to do random Q&As or random podcasts. Like, I know you can be like, oh, Q&A or podcast, but, like, they want to yell at me about it, they can. We are such a small channel that gets, like, 3 viewers. Button Mash Fix and said we're going to talk about Mario Kart 8. We already did.
Yeah.
Do a top 1 video.
Yes. Top 1.
What do you guys think of Mario Party for Switch? Any hype there? Looks good.
Yeah.
Need to see more.
Yeah. Right.
Need to see more, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
Big
sure.
Mario Party fan, man. I'm really hoping it's good. You need a PS4. If and when I can afford to game on another platform, seriously, I will go get it. Don't even need to get other platform for Madden anymore. It's on PC.
Right. Do we know? Does Mario Party have a release date?
I think.
I know.
So.
I'm pretty sure we looked this up last week.
I'm pretty sure it has a release date. I've been avoiding the shot. I really should just do it quick. Thank you. I was Edward Norton for this one. Thank you so much.
Oh, I didn't realize.
October 5th.
Ah, nice.
There you go.
Okay.
Talk about the potatoes. Talk about the potatoes. Talk about the juggling potatoes. Talk about the now, story for another time. Can't give all my ghost stories away.
Yeah.
Especially my biggest one.
Yeah.
That's my biggest one. I didn't believe in any ghosts until that happened to me, and don't want to keep talking about it. I told the story before, Mark. You just have to go back on Patreon and find the stream. Because yes, it is the stream I posted on Patreon.
Because I don't. Well,
that should narrow your search a little bit.
Then again, I don't know if it says juggling potatoes.
Then again, you gotta watch hours upon hours upon hours of footage, like probably years worth of footage just to find where I talk about it. You'll ask every stream. You go for it. Thought I read that there was a Mario Party tennis. Not that I'm aware of.
Interesting.
Not that I'm aware of.
Save it for Halloween. Yeah, there you go.
Save it for when Super Mario Party comes out.
No,
Tell the ghost story.
The ghost story. Oh, at Super Mario Party?
Yeah, why not? It's probably a Halloween level in there.
Sure.
Probably isn't.
No,
they wouldn't be smart enough. Oh, we're releasing it in October. Let's put a Halloween theme thing in here.
Yeah, but that's only for like a 1 month.
So
thing.
what? There's a Halloween theme in Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
It's a spooky theme. It's not really Halloween theme.
There's pumpkins with things carved out of them, and there's little boxes that say trick or treat on them. How is that not Halloween themed? When do you say trick or treat? Any other time of the year?
Today? Trick or treat?
Smell my feet.
Yeah, dang straight.
Almost swore there. Almost came out. I caught myself.
Hey-o.
Let me see here. I thought I read there was Mario Party Tennis. It was the stupid Amazon Echo. Maybe the numbers will restart Super Mario Party 2.
Oh boy.
I don't know. We're reaching the end here. We got about 7 minutes left. And that's when we hit our official 90-minute mark, and that's when we will be wrapping things up. Margaret says, I know the wedding can't be live streamed, but, well, it could be live streamed.
It could be.
Yuli has no problem live streaming the actual wedding if it actually happened.
Yeah.
But she said, let's stream a bachelorette party as we all buy you drinks, and you get so drunk you can't get up. Then we get a chair stream the rest of the night. No. A bachelorette party, by the way, wouldn't involve me at all.
Yes.
So that would be Yulia getting so drunk she can't get off the floor. What about all of her friends? I just think that's a really bad idea. Her and whatever friend she can gather up all drink. I just think that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, something tells me something
really bad idea. I'm going to have to make sure I have remote access to the PC to shut down. And her boot popped out. That's the
bye.
End. That's the end.
Bye.
That's the end of that stream. And delete.
Yep.
As for a bachelor party, my bachelor party ain't going to be here. Guys, I spend way too much damn time doing video stuff. My bachelor party's getting the hell out of here, man. Hell out of here. Not going to be anywhere close. There's probably going to be a bus involved or a limo or something. I don't know. Or nothing. And I have to walk. Whatever. It's just not going to be at my house.
Yeah.
So,
have we ever discussed that?
Oh, the original plan, remember, was Brewer game.
Yes.
And then maybe going out in Milwaukee after.
Oh, yeah.
Which,
That's true.
As much fun as I think it'd be, we got to make sure we're on the right side of Milwaukee. I'm not sure which side that is because I've never partied in Milwaukee.
That's when I just bring my cousin along. He knows Milwaukee.
He knows Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Good.
He lives in Milwaukee, so he knows Milwaukee. We'll just bring my cousin along.
1080 snowboarding comes back, or classic Paper Mario style returns. Take your pick. So like 1,000 Year Door style Mario, Paper Mario, or 1080 snowboarding? I'm going 1080 snowboarding.
I was actually thinking Paper Mario. I was never big for 1080 snowboarding, so...
I love 1080 snowboarding, and my thing is Paper Mario still exists. Granted, it doesn't exist in the classic form, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's like a series that technically still exists versus one that doesn't. Can I come to the bachelor party? I usually don't like strangers at the bachelor party, so probably not, Mark. If you just happen to find out where we're going to be and you're there, and I can't stop you, it's gonna be a public place. So if you happen to be where I'm at, I certainly can't tell you not to be there. It's not my establishment, I don't think. Well, we're not at my house, so it definitely isn't my establishment.
Right.
Let me see here. Sonic, man, the best. What would a second-person view game look like? Let me see. Well, first person, we know everyone knows what first person looks like. That's just through the player's eyes. Third person's over the shoulder and back a little bit. Second person?
Second person right behind the head. Like slightly zoomed out.
From the crotch?
Yes.
No, I don't know.
To me, the third person...
To me, the third person would be a second person look.
Third person would be more backing out.
Well, my thing is, like when you talk into third person, right? Like you're referencing yourself while you talk about yourself.
Right.
So to me, that would be like, it's really weird in video games because to me, second person would be the over the shoulder. Third person would be you're looking literally back at yourself as you talk about yourself. Because that's third person because you're looking at you.
Yeah.
Now I get it why it's called third person gaming because you are still looking at yourself, but you're looking at your backside. And unless you're someone who really admires your own backside, you'd probably be looking at your face.
I admire my
backside. When you're in the mirror,
backside.
you're like, yeah.
I admire my backside. Wait.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I have my backside.
So
it's all up front. Right here.
I got a party in the front and the back. What's that say?
Yeah.
We got about 3 minutes left here. When can you play me on Mario Tennis Aces? You know what? You want to go right now?
Oh, boy.
Right now?
Yeah. Are we going to keep this stream going? And
right now? I'd have to start a new stream.
Yeah,
I'd have to start a new stream. But we can do it tonight, Mark. You want to go?
This could be interesting.
I could do a Mario Tennis Aces tonight. Challenge people one-on-one. Let's go.
Oh,
we can make that happen.
I thought this was going to be an early night.
For the podcast?
Yeah. Well, yeah. But
I'll get my Switch. Hold on. Okay. I'll have to start a new stream.
Oh, boy.
We're done here in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Technically a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Reason Virtual Console didn't return was because Miyamoto didn't want to add Paper Mario 1,000 Year Door so that the modern age would know that Mario games used to have good stories.
That is good. That is good.
So then we're waiting for Miyamoto to retire then, right? Then we're going to get everything?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
What did Mr. PB Cool say?
I don't know. I think there's just stuff going.
Why would he delete? Why would you hide that?
That's I don't know. Can we unhide it? Can we unhide it?
I think I can unhide it. Oh, now I can remove that one.
Oh,
I can't. I can't. No, there's no.
Unhide this user.
There we go.
Channel. But does that unhide everything?
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I mean,
that wasn't.
It wasn't
not
like
swearing or.
And he wasn't like saying Miyamoto's dead. He was just a joke.
Yes.
Anyways,
I don't.
Virtual Console didn't come because I told them not to. Oh man! All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it. We are like a few 20 seconds away or so. We're gonna have a new stream starting up in a little bit. We're gonna be taking some one-on-ones in Mario Tennis, starting with one-on-one Mark Greenberg.
Ooh boy.
I'm a little out of practice too. He's probably gonna kick my butt. Well, you know what? What am I saying? I am Nintendo Prime. I'm gonna dominate it.
Prime things are gonna happen.
I'm gonna beat his butt, boy. All right, we'll see you guys
Bye, Duo.
in a few minutes. I gotta get time to set up the stream. Peace.